Hi everyone. In this tutorial we're going to be working on layers and how to create a frame using few images. First of all, I'm going to open few images that I prepared. I'm going to have this kind of background and which going to represent the wall, and I'm going to use these kind of wood textures and one of the images from my photo shooting in the studio. So I'm going to just open them all first of all, and we're going to start working with this image. So first of all, we're going to create that this is our wall, and we're going to import this image to be placed on this background. First of all, select this image by Ctrl or just select from here, select all, shortcut is Ctrl A. So select all, then Ctrl C to copy, and then go to this image, Ctrl V to paste. So this is, first of all, my image is placed in here, and I have another layer which my image is placed on. So on my move tool, I can just move my image whatever I want. I just want it to be centered. This is first. Second, I want to create a frame for this image. To create a frame, I can just Control click on this layer to select this layer. If I select Ctrl A, it will select the whole canvas. So just Control click on this image, so I select this image, and I want the frame to be a bit smaller, or maybe sometimes to be a bit larger. In this case, I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. So I'm gonna go select, modify, and I'm gonna contract my selection. I'm gonna make my selection to be small. Contract, and then I'm gonna use something like maybe 100 pixels or maybe less, because this is a low res image. Let's say like 50 pixels. You can check it out. Let's say this is it. I think this is too much, so I'm gonna just go select, modify, contract. I'm gonna make it 25 pixels, half of it, and I'm gonna have this selection. Now, what I need, actually I need the outer selection. So I'm gonna just select Control, select this. So I just go select, I'm gonna inverse the selection. So I'm gonna inverse the selection. Using this layer, I'm actually selecting this small part if needed. And then I'm gonna press Ctrl J to just duplicate this small frame. Not a big deal. We can use it in several other ways. So now what I want, instead of having this frame to be just cropped from the image, I want to use this frame to be wood. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go place my wood texture, let's say this one, Ctrl A to select all, Ctrl C to copy, and then Ctrl V to paste. It's okay, the frame is a bit big. I'm just gonna make it a bit smaller. I'm just gonna scale, Ctrl T to free transform, and then just shift and drag, scale to do a uniform transform. I need the scaling to be a bit smaller, so the texture will be a bit small. Okay, I'm just gonna make it maybe something like this, and I think this is good. Enter to save my selection and whatever I did in the free transforms. And now what I need to do, instead of having this frame like this, I need it to be wood. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something called clip mask, sorry. So select this layer, press Alt, and press on the line between the two layers. If you can see, my icon is changing from the hand to this icon. So press on this, and now my frame now is wood. So if I turn on this layer, I can see I have this kind of framework. Next, what I'm gonna do, I need to fill or create some kind of shadows and make it pop up as if it's 3D. So what I'm gonna do, enter the layer effects from here, and then add a drop shadow. I'm adding this drop shadow in here. Inside the drop shadow, I'm gonna add a multiply mode, black color, and the opacity is 100%. This is the angle of the shadow. Where is it coming from? So I wanted something from this angle. And that's the distance of the shadow, if I need to. So I'm just gonna create something very small and a bit of, give it some kind of blurriness from the size. That's it. So I have now this kind of shadow along this thing. Second thing, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a bevel and embossing. Bevel and emboss is just I'm gonna create this kind of 3D effect on the framework. So I'm just gonna create some kind of this kind of effect, and that's it, and then press OK. Now I have this kind of frame on this image. So what I'm gonna do, just select these two images, and then I can move it aside, let's say in here, and now I can create a new frame with a new image and with a different framework. Let's say I'm gonna create this another time. So press Alt to copy, Alt and click and drag, so I'm copying all these layers again. So now I have another layers, the same layers again copied. Instead of having this image, I can change the image. What I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna change only the frame. So select this frame, delete, okay, by pressing backspace. And what I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna get this other wood texture, Control A, Control C, and now Control V. And I'm gonna select it in here, Control T to free transform, and then I'm gonna rotate it with Shift to snap, and then I'm gonna make it just fit. Enter to save it, and then I'm gonna clip mask this to this layer. So now I have this kind of effect if needed. So now I have these as one layer with an image and the other with this. So I can create whatever frame I need to do and place them on my artwork. Thank you for listening, and see you later.